My name's Elena. I'm the Community Outreach and Intake Manager at an organization called StreetWise Partners. And we've been partnering with Brooklyn College for a few years now. So I'm always very excited to have an opportunity to talk to students and alumni about our program and how we can work together and help you in your career process. I'm basically going to do our regular info session. I just condensed it and made it a little bit shorter. I'm going to try to cover all the points in terms of what the program's about, what we cover, and how to apply for it. So a little bit of background on StreetWise. We are a workforce development organization, and we've been around for 25 years now. We're hoping to do a big event sometime later this year to celebrate. And we have a very unique program where we pair our participants with mentors who are working in the field that they want to go into. And so as our participants go through the program, they gain all the tools, all the resources, all the access to networks that are needed to find employment and keep employment. We do the program 3 times a year. So we do our program at the very beginning of the year. That's our winter cycle. Then we do another program right around this time. That's our spring cycle. It actually started last week. And then the next time in the year that we do another cycle is during the fall. So the next upcoming cycle that you could join us would be in the fall. We normally do that cycle in mid to late September. So that's the next opportunity to join us. We also have an office in DC and another one in Detroit. So if you do happen to know anybody in those 2 cities, in those 2 areas, you let them know about us. We do our program in those 2 locations as well as New York. And then, why do we concentrate on mentorship? Because our program is a professional development program, but there's a big component of mentorship in it. And so why is that a big factor in our program? Well, research shows that 50 to 80% of jobs are filled through networking. So that means that those are people that have a big network of people that they know, that let them know when opportunities open up, and then they have an opportunity to apply for those jobs. Those big networks comes from relationships, and having a mentor helps you build that network. Especially students, I know that when they come to our program, they're very aware that they've worked on all the hard skills that are needed for their career in school, but they realize, I don't have a network. I don't know people in my industry. I don't have anybody to guide me as I embark in my career. And so it's something that I find over and over again that students are very tapped into. They realize that that's something that they need some help with. And so that's why we focus not only in the professional development side, but in the side of helping you build your network and having a mentor that can guide you and support you in that process. Mentors can give you access to industry leaders. They know how things work in your industry, and they, very importantly, have gone through the process of looking for work. The process of looking for work, it's a very detailed process. I know if many of you probably are starting or have already started applying for internships and jobs, there's a lot of different moving pieces to that process. There's a lot of things that you need to do well in order to really get noticed when you're submitting your applications. And so mentors have gone through that many times sometimes. And so they can kind of take you under their wing and help you and guide you through that process and give you support and also cheer you on, because it can be difficult and demoralizing sometimes when you're sending applications left and right and you're not hearing back. It's really important to have someone on your side that can just keep you going, help you see what you're doing, what we might need to change, help you all throughout that process. So in terms of our impact, 85% of our participants graduate from our program, which we're very happy and proud of. 70% of them within a year, 6 months to a year after graduation, they find employment or that internship that they're looking for. So we're very proud of that number as well. And then the annual income normally increases by 230%. So also another number that we're very proud of. And something that we are very happy to hear every time that we finish a cycle, we always check back with our alumni, see how they're doing and offer any additional support. And they normally get back to us and they let us know that their professional contacts have increased by 100 people or more after being part of the program. So that's really music to our ears, because like I've been saying since the beginning, being at the right place at the right time has a lot to do with having a big network around you that can alert you to where that place is and what time you need to be there. And so it's really important for us that you expand your network, that you have a lot of different people that can support you and guide you in your process, not only your mentor that you'll be working with in the program. And so in terms of the program itself, this is the slide that kind of breaks it down. So I'm going to go through it more in detail so that you know what the program entails. So the program, it's actually a 1-year program, but we divide it into 2 phases. And so the first phase it's 13 weeks of well, not in person, we're doing them virtually, but 13 weeks of weekly sessions. So how it's going to work is that if you get accepted into the program, you're going to get matched with a mentor. You're going to be working very closely with that mentor. And so for those 13 weeks of weekly sessions, your mentor is going to go with you through those sessions. Right now, since the pandemic started, we've been doing them via Zoom. Hopefully at some point in the future, we'll go back to in person, but for now, we're going to continue to do them via Zoom. But your mentor is going to be with you in those sessions, and there's going to be other mentees and other mentors as well. So it ends up being a big group of people that gets together every week for this kind of professional development workshop. What's really cool about this is that you don't have to worry about building that relationship with your mentor. I know it can be very nerve-wracking and overwhelming and a little bit intimidating to be matched with someone and then just be expected to kind of click with this person and start working with them right away. Things like this take time, and it's important to see your mentor and the person that you're working with constantly in a structured way, so that that relationship can be built kind of in a more organic way, and you don't have to worry so much about it. And so that's what I really like about phase one, that your mentor is going to be meeting with you every week in this sessions. You don't have to worry about, what are we going to talk about? What are we going to do? We do that for you. You're going to come into a workshop that's already structured, that there's going to be a curriculum that we're going to be following. So you just have to show up, your mentor's going to show up, and on a weekly basis, you're going to build that relationship and start working together. You're also going to get a chance to not only work with your mentor, but also work with the other mentees and other mentors in the room, because again, big part of our programs to help you expand your network. So we want to make sure that you're getting the support of your mentor, but you're also getting a chance to connect with a lot of different people that are going to be in that room as well. Every week, we're going to concentrate on a different topic. This is our curriculum that we follow, and every session builds off of the one before. And I'll go into a little bit more detail about that in another slide. We're also going to ask you to have weekly communication with your mentor outside of the session. So this normally would be a one-on-one Zoom meeting or a phone call. We ask that you select a time that works for you and your mentor and have that weekly catch-up in between sessions. It's important for us that you do this because, like I said, when you're in the session, we're going to set the agenda. We're going to have you guys working on things, discussing different topics. It's going to be very fun and interactive, but you're going to be following the agenda that we set out for this meetings. We want to make sure that you have an outside meeting with your mentor, where it's just you and your mentor catching up, and you can set the agenda. You can say, okay, these are the things that are coming up for me. These are some things that I'm working on that I need some guidance or feedback on, so you have that time with your mentor as well. And then there's going to be assignments that are going to be due every week. I know that when I say assignments, students and recent graduates are like, no, please no, like I have so many assignments already in school. Don't get nervous. It's not like the assignments that you have in school. When we talk about assignments that are due every week, we're talking about the documents that you need to be working on if you're in the process of looking for work or internship. So for example, your resume is going to be one of your assignments, your cover letter. We're going to have you do informational interviews and report back to us on how those went. So those are the assignments that you're going to be working on. Something that I do hear a lot from students as well is that they actually end up enjoying having these assignments, because it's really important to have accountability around working on these documents. It's not fun to take time out of your week to sit down and work on your resume. It's not fun to work on a cover letter. Very few people really enjoy this task. So it's really helpful when you have the accountability of knowing, okay, I have to work on this because this is due next Monday and I need to sit down and work on my initial draft of my resume. And I know it's going to be good because they're going to give me feedback, and, I'm going to get in the groove of things. And in a short time, I'll have a very good resume that I can start applying with. So I know, again, don't get nervous. I know assignments, it's a scary word for students and recent graduates, but it is going to work in your favor. It's going to help you get going with that process. Once you're done with phase one, that's when we go into phase two. And so phase two is 9 more months of continuing to work with your mentor. But at this point of the program, it's a little bit more unstructured. You're not going to have the weekly sessions anymore. You're basically going to set up a time that works for you and your mentor. ideally twice a month. That's what we recommend, so that you can continue to work together with your mentor at your own pace. We are going to bring back the group together 2 or 3 times during that time. You'll know when those meetings are happening, and hopefully you and your mentor can join. But for the most part, during that 9-month plan, it's just you and your mentor working together at your own pace. You're still going to have access to a lot of workshops and professional development opportunities that we provide for our current program participants and alumni. And then you're going to have access to our alumni services, which I'm going to talk about in the next slide. So we have something that we started, I think it's about 2 years ago, that we're very excited about, is that we were able to finally create and expand on an employment services department in our organization. This is something that for a long time we wanted to have, but didn't have the resources or the staff member to get this going. But we've been able to set it up in the last 2 years, and it's going really, really well. And we're very excited to just be able to offer this to our participants. So basically, when you're done with phase 1, once you go into phase 2 and you're working one-on-one with your mentor at your own pace, you already have access to our employment services. And so what this means is that we have a whole team now that is just dedicated to connecting with our corporate partners and connecting with big and small companies that are looking to hire from our alumni pool, and then making sure that we connect our participants with those job opportunities. So if you are looking, for example, for a financial analyst position, we're going to keep that in mind. We're going to have your information always up to date. And when those opportunities come to us, we're going to reach out. We're going to let you know, hey, this is a job opportunity that looks like it could be good for you. Are you interested in applying? And if you are, we're going to help you all throughout that process. We're going to help you with the application. We're helping you with tweaking your resume and your cover letter. We might be able to connect you with mentors that work in that organization or in that field, so that you can prep for interviews with them. And then ultimately we can send in a referral, because most of these jobs are coming from corporate partners of ours. So we will be able to say, we vouch for this person. This person was part of our program, and we are speaking very highly of them. We think they would be a great fit for this role. Please, give them an opportunity to get an interview with you. And that goes a long way. It goes back to that first slide that I talk about, most jobs are found through networking. It makes a big difference when you have someone that can vouch for you and can send in a referral. It really increases the chances of your application being noticed. So we're very happy that we're able to offer this, and you will continue to have access to this all throughout. This is, once you're part of the StreetWise family, you're part of the StreetWise family for life. You will have access to our employment services after you're done with the program and throughout. We even have alumni of our program that have been out of our program, basically graduated from our program a long time ago. They already had jobs, and now they're looking for a new opportunity, and they reach out to our employment services, and we are able to help them kind of connect with a new opportunity as well. So just know that you're always going to have access to all of this. And then in terms of the things that we're going to work on in the session and in the program, like I said, it's all the things that are going to help you be successful in the process of looking for work. So we're going to help you identify your strength, create a good marketable resume and a cover letter, learn about LinkedIn and online presence and how to really take advantage of the platform, work on your networking skills, interview skills, and then basically also you're building your confidence in public speaking, because especially now that we're all having such a online kind of life, it's really important that you feel very comfortable communicating, not only in person, but online, and being able to talk very quickly about who you are and what you're hoping to achieve. Now, networking events are much more to the point, because we're all in this, virtual setting. So it's really important that you get comfortable with that. So in terms of the program, like I said, the next cycle is going to be September. It's going to be mid to late September. Right now, I don't have the specific date that we're going to start program, but just know that that's the month. That's definitely the month that we will start. The sessions are either Tuesdays or Wednesdays, and they're from 6:30 to 8:30. We'll take into account your schedule before assigning you to one of those dates. So just know that we'll take that into account. And there's a lot of other outside events outside of the regular sessions. We also have a lot of special events. We do a public speaking workshop. We do an with LinkedIn. They're very good partners of ours. We do tons of corporate partner events, speed networking events, mock interview events. So you're going to have a lot of opportunities to connect with different professionals, to get industry knowledge, to just develop professionally in all kinds of different ways, not only through the weekly sessions, but also through these special events that you're always going to have access to, even as an alumni. And then these are just a quick snapshot of some of the places where our mentors work. Just to give you an idea of where they're coming from. And then in terms of the requirements for the program, you have to be looking for full-time or part-time work or an internship. The program is open to adults, so anybody 18 years and older is open to apply. In terms of education, the minimum is a high school diploma or an equivalent. The maximum is a bachelor's degree or a master's degree that was done outside of the United States. English proficiency in speaking and writing, basic computer skills. I know that's not an issue with students, and then legally eligible to work in the US. And then last but not least, we do have a certain areas where we focus on. So our program is open to participants who are looking to go into the areas of accounting, finance, marketing and advertising, technology, human resources, and operations/corporate admin roles. Those are the areas that we concentrate on. So if you're interested in one or a few of these areas, this would be a good opportunity for you. And then very last slide, this is the process of applying. So you have to attend an info session, but for the purposes of everybody in this call, this counts as an info session. You don't have to go through its info session twice. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna put a link on the chat box. And when you click on that link, it's gonna ask you for your name, your email, and then select that you were here. That's gonna put your information in our Salesforce database, and it's gonna automatically send you an email with the application to the program. Check your junk mail because sometimes, unfortunately, those automated emails go there, but it's gonna say a StreetWise Partners application link. You fill out the application, very short application, it will take you less than 5 minutes to fill it out. And then once we process that application, we'll schedule a one-on-one interview with you via Zoom. It's not a job interview. You don't have to be nervous in any way. It's just an interview to get to know you and figure out why you want to join the program. And then after some time, we'll send you an email with our decision. Right now, we just started our spring cycle. So we are open for recruitment for our fall cycle, but not as quickly. So if you fill out the application today, you might hear from us next week to set up your interview. You know, it's not as fast, but just know that we are working on it. And we will reach out to you once we get a chance to review your application and then get the process going.
Make sure to check out the My Career tab on the BC Navigator app, where you can track your career progress based on the amount of credits you've earned, stay updated on upcoming events from the Magner Center, and watch our videos for insight and advice on your career field.